From record-breaking rain and snow over the winter to days on end of triple digits this summer, U.S. Representative Jim Costa says the time is now to plan and act on climate change in Central California and our country. Today, he and other area leaders announced a $1 million grant from the federal government to plan for a cleaner future in our area. Public electric bikes, electric vehicle charging stations, and high-speed rail. All efforts leaders say are underway in Central California to create a cleaner future and reduce emissions. They say it's just the beginning.
It is incumbent upon us today and the next generation of Americans that we put the plan in place to handle with climate change.
Friday, the Fresno Council of Governments received a $1 million federal grant to develop more strategies and projects. The funding came from the Inflation Reduction Act and sets the area up to apply for a piece of a $5 billion pot of money available next year for pollution-reducing projects.
To have these resources to invest in communities that really need to have planning funds so they can compete for the bigger funding. And this next year we're going to have $5 billion for climate reduction projects like the ones we're seeing in process here today with the EV charging and the EV bikes.
By reducing air pollution, local leaders hope to increase the quality of life in Fresno.
San Joaquin Valley, as we know, has some of the nation's worst air quality, failing to meet federal health standards for both ozone as well as particulate pollution. And we know that to be true. And so reducing emissions, reducing pollution must be a top priority for our entire country.
Without this funding, mayors of smaller towns around the county say they'd miss out on other opportunities.
The reality is that without the federal and state funding assistance, as this EPA climate pollution reduction grant, most of our cities do not have the available staff that have the expertise and reduce resources to pursue the federal and state grant funding to address climate change that may be available.
Highlighting some of the work already happening in the community, the press conference was held at the Fresno Metro Black Chamber of Commerce's BizWorks Business Innovation and Mobility Hub, where they are installing an electric vehicle charging station. The Black Chamber's rideshare program is also planning on providing 200 e-bikes, 40 shared electric vehicles, and 2 wheelchair accessible vans to Southwest Fresno.